What is going on, everybody? You are watching Spectre React, your favorite channel for reviews, reactions, and theories, and today we've got my review for Without Remorse. So when I saw this trailer, I immediately had very high hopes because it looked really sick. Plus, Tom Clancy projects are usually good since I really enjoyed Jack Ryan too. But right now, if you happen to Google Without Remorse, you're almost 100% likely to see a lot of negative reviews. The first thing that caught my eye about this movie was that the moment it came out, it had 2 stars, and even now while recording this video right here, it only has 3 stars. People have been trashing it all weekend by calling it without excitement, without personality, without character development. Anyways, the biggest complaint seems to be the changing of the story to make it more politically correct. Now, when I see a few reviews like this at the beginning, here's my thought process, honestly. The first wave of those reviews might just be people who are easily triggered by any sign of political correctness, so the second they see it, they stop the movie to write a 1-star review. My thing is, as long as you're not shoving it down our throats, I'm cool. But my problem with this movie is really more story-based than anything else. Before I even get started, I do want to say I liked Michael B. Jordan in this movie, because the dude is an incredible actor, no doubt. Unfortunately, though, he was one of the very few good things about this movie. So let's get into it, spoilers ahead. So Michael B. Jordan plays Senior Chief John Kelly. Kelly's wife is played by Lauren London, who only gets maybe 10 to 15 minutes of screen time. Kelly is obviously a military guy and is retiring now because his wife is pregnant, about to have a baby girl. Kelly and his entire team are attacked during their away days, and everyone is killed, including Kelly's wife and his unborn daughter. Kelly somehow survives. So right there is where my problem begins. I wish they'd put a little more effort into developing Lauren London's character, really to show their relationship. And maybe this is just me being too picky, because I guess we don't need to see the relationship between the two to really feel John Kelly's pain over losing them. But I think it still would have been nice to see some sort of relationship there. While Kelly recovers in a hospital, the CIA investigates and Mr. Secretary gets involved. Now, who didn't see Aldrich Killian over here and say, hey, that's the villain? I'm willing to bet money that everyone watching feels me here. There is no way anyone saw this character and at least didn't suspect him for a second. Anyways, Michael B. Jordan, after recovery, is arrested for maybe the shortest period of time in history, but I will give the movie credit because that little fight scene was solid. I got some Creed vibes from his overall look here, and I like Michael B. Jordan's acting here too. After the fight, he gets released and he gets to go with his team to Russia because the government suspects the Russians behind the attacks. John Kelly says some cool lines like, I'm gonna show them what a pawn can do to a king, and then they find the guy that they're looking for, and the guy blows himself up. Kelly realizes that this was all a setup to start a war with Russia, and they barely escape. Again, give the movie credit where it's due, because this whole escape scene, in my opinion at least, was done pretty well. The team helps Kelly go ghost and claims he died after the mission. Mr. Secretary is then shown eating a fancy meal in a restaurant and goes to the bathroom. Kelly comes in at that exact time and tells him about the mission and that he's not dead, and then realizes that Mr. Secretary wasn't surprised by some details that he shouldn't have known. Kelly knocks him out, somehow kidnaps him past all that security, and takes him in a car. The secretary takes this moment in the car to explain his evil plan, which was to create a real enemy for America because he feels like America has just been fighting amongst themselves because they're bored, I guess. And that's where the movie went to shit for me. I don't like that logic. I think it would have been better for the Russians to have paid him off or gotten to him somehow, or any multitude of other reasons. This just seems like a weak reason to start a nuclear war. I haven't read the book, but from my understanding that this wasn't the ending from the book. I think they've changed it. So let me know in the comments if they changed the ending for this movie. But again, this whole thing seems like a really weak reason for the villain to do any of this. First of all, there are plenty of other ways he could have tried to bring America together. And second of all, he mentions that the Soviet Union is the greatest enemy America has ever had. But modern day Russia, no offense, isn't the Soviet Union that he seems to remember so fondly. That weak reasoning, coupled with the predictability of the villain, just didn't click for me. I guess at the same time it was better than making that CIA director lady the villain, since she had as much screen time as the guy credited CIA suit. At the end, John Kelly becomes John Clark and goes ghost mode again. They also had a post-credit scene that nobody really ever thought to look for, but luckily being a Marvel fan has taught me to always check. It shows John Clark now meeting with the new CIA director, proposing a strategic unit designed to stop future idiots like Mr. Secretary, consisting of members of a bunch of different intelligence agencies, and says he will run it as well. It looks like he will be setting up a sequel, which is Rainbow Six. To me, this movie was a one-time watch, and I personally don't plan on revisiting it anytime soon. The one thing that I am happy about, however, is that the studio will learn from their mistakes in this movie and will improve upon it before the big movie, which is Rainbow Six. Again, feel free to correct me on anything I've said if you disagree in the comments, or even if you agree, let me know what you thought about this movie down below. If you enjoy this video and want to see some more videos just like this, you are in luck because we've got a channel full of them. So click right on that logo to see more.